So let's get down to business. I'll turn this off. We don't need to see me. What we do need is to see the screen. Let's see if we get the screen share working. Okay. Right. Okay, can we see this? Can we see this? There's a chat, put that over there. Manage participants, I'll put that over there. So, right, how this works. We'll have a, okay, what I'll do, I'll take any questions first. Somebody was asking, do they have any, somebody had some questions of grammar. If you want to ask me any questions, if you raise your hand, I'll turn your microphone on and you can ask your question. If not, I'm going to get on with this. I've got 4 letters and I want to get these done. So does anybody have any questions? You can either raise your hand or you can type it. No? Okay, right, let's get on with this then. So this is the question, you've probably seen it. It's about Janet Bird. You've probably seen this here. Oh, this is a sample that I did. Yeah, it's this one here. So we have to write a referral to the psychiatrist to confirm your assessment. Refer to Dr. O'Brien. Okay, we know the history. She's 16, been having constipation, laxatives, losing appetite, weight loss, etc. Yeah. She thinks her parents are overreacting. She's losing weight. So you think she's got anorexia. Okay, let's have a look then. So thank you for seeing Miss Bird. Now, right. So thank you for seeing Miss Bird, whose presenting features requires your further evaluation. Now, I don't like when people, when you split it up. I think it's best if we have, thank you for seeing Miss Bird, or for your further evaluation, instead of having it here at the end. Thank you for seeing Miss Bird. If you want to make it a secondary clause, we've got 2 clauses. We've got a relative pronoun, whose presenting features, who requires your further evaluation. I probably wouldn't do it like that, but I can't be bothered to type it out. But if you want to use that, then we have to put who as a relative pronoun. Thank you for seeing Miss Light Bird, who requires your further evaluation. I would probably put the, something about this, I would probably put that after that, presenting features, but that's up to you. So initially, the first Miss Bird with constipation of 3 months duration. Okay. She reported to only having, so we have to have only, she reported to have only to have a single bowel movement. She reported to only have single bowel movement once every 4 to 5 days, despite including Gran, and self-medicating with laxatives. Okay, that's good. Although, don't need a comma, although she has some more potent laxatives, decreasing. I don't know why you are doing this. Let's just some more potent laxatives. I recommended that she increase her intake of vegetables, fibers, and fluid. So, you know, use of passive is good, but you don't have to use it all the time, you know. And you were giving advice, so, you know, I would make it an active sentence. Okay, on a subsequent visit, she returned with a mother who was very much concerned, well, of, we wouldn't use of, she's very much concerned at her daughter's low appetite, or with, but not of. I wouldn't use of as a preposition. We're not concerned of, we're concerned with. I don't know where it's like it was his last visit. Hence, a series of blood tests were ordered. In the case notes, it also says something about the doctor decides to get her in on her own. So you could maybe put that. What's this, Miss Janet or Bird? Somebody's got a question, Miss Janet or Bird. Well, I would put Miss Bird on, as she is 16, Janet. Either. You usually, so you usually use surname, Mr., Mrs., Miss, but if they're under 18, if they're a teenager and she is 16, I think it would be okay to call her by her first name, Janet. So that's what you usually do with a child. Okay, and so she's 16, so I'd use either. Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. Hang on, get this out of the way. Okay, she was to her mother very much concerned with does hence blood tests were ordered. You could maybe put something about I asked her to return alone or something, because it does say that in the notes. Plan, review Janet alone. I would have maybe mentioned that on today's review. I don't know why that today's a capital. She reported family stress. Well, again, of. She reported her family was concerned or are concerned. Well, no, reported. So yeah, reported speech would go into the past. She reported her family were concerned about her weight loss or over her weight loss. However, she feels her ideal weight should be 40 kilograms. Please note all her lab reports, as well as anything within normal limits. Okay, that's good. And based on above informations, information is not usually a plural. So based on the above information, and would appreciate your further management. Okay, that isn't bad. What do we have here? Well, usually if it's an adult, it would be Miss Bird. She is 16, so you can use Miss Bird because she's 16, so she's not really, she's a child, but she's not a very young one. So you can, so for this one here, I would use either Miss Bird or Janet. If she was younger than 16, I would use her first name all the time. If she's an adult, a family name, Miss Bird. Okay, because it's an adult. And then pronouns, her, she, etc. Okay, right. Does anybody have any questions? Shall I turn anybody's microphone on? Does anybody want to speak and ask any questions? Anybody want to speak? Anybody? No. If it's reported speech, were concerned because So report speech, all the verbs go into the past. She reported her family were concerned because you are reporting her speech. So reported speech. Okay, nobody wants to turn the microphone on, so we'll get on with it and on to the next one. Miss Janet Bird, well, that's spelled wrong. I don't know why that's in capitals, but age 16 years or 16 years old. Or writing to refer Miss Bird as a future evaluation and management. That's good, yeah. Very good. We've got non-defining relative clause. Good. Miss Bird, don't know why that's in capitals. Present it to me with constipation, dysphagtic and laxatives. She had a bowel action only. She only had, because it's an exception, she only had a bowel action every 3 to 4 days. Okay. Her examinations were examination was remarkable. With the height, well, with a height or her height. But she was advised to, right, so this should come first. She requested a laxative, and you turned it down, and you advised her to increase her intake. I think that's what it says in the notes. Let me check it this again. Yeah. So she requested a laxative, you say no, and you instead advised her to increase intake. Okay, so I changed this order around a little. She requested a laxative, you turned it down, and instead she was advised. Yeah, so change the word order in that. Change the clauses around. 7 weeks later, the patient accompanied with, the patient returned accompanied with, okay. Was concerned being just weight loss and anorexia. Well, she doesn't really know it's anorexia then, but okay. Pale and thin, investigation, yeah, good. That paragraph's good. Today's review, her family is overreacting and she believes her ideal weight. This not too bad, this, yeah. We're in normal range or within the normal range or normal ranges. Appreciate you see his patient conditions appropriate. That's pretty good, pretty good. All I would do, as I say, change that and change the order of this, yeah? So she requested a laxative, you turned her down, but instead you advised her to increase her intake. Okay, so not bad at all. I would just change that around. Somebody wants to put their hand up. Somebody wants to speak. Hello, Dr. Hussain.
Yeah, Mr. Dino, first of all, thank you, a lot of thanks. You are helping us. But my concern about the writing, a lot of our fellows, they have issues in prepositions as well as a comma. Please, if you have any time, could you help us about this kind of the issues?
Such as what exactly?
Prepositions as well as a comma. A lot of people have mistakes.
Well, there's quite a lot of prepositions. I mean, preposition, yeah. Time, location, place. I can't really go through every preposition. You know, of, for, to, so, but, in.
Those are quite commonest for our OET exams.
Unless you've got a particular example in a sentence that you want me to say.
Yeah, if
apart from that, it's like very general, you know, and I don't have the time. And even, I mean, you know, even in school, you usually teach prepositions grouped are together, such as prepositions of place, of time, conjoining ones, etc. So it's quite a large area without any particular examples. Like if, you know, say you had something about how do you use, is it concerned with, so what's the prepositions that collocate with a particular verb, such as in that last example, concerned with, instead of concerned, you know, concerned for, concerned with, concerned at. So if you've got any particular examples that you want me to have a look at and talk about,
yes, I will send us some words just like a with, for, since, over. These are most commonest in writing.
Well, so again, you know, if you've got some particular example sentences, then I mean, like for example here, a concerned of, well, you know, concerned with. So what I would advise, because I don't have the time for that, you'd have to look at collocations. So if you do a search for preposition collocations, you will find some information and videos there.
Okay.
You know, because that's quite a big thing, and I don't really have the time.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, bundle of thanks.
If you had a particular example, like if you tell me in advance and you said we're having trouble with verb concerned and prepositions related to that verb, then I could do something, you know. But the area like itself is a little bit broad.
If you give me example about the over as a prepositions.
Over what?
Over the period of time.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. I think it's best if you find some example sentences.
For example, patient has a consistent pain for over the period, over the several years, several months.
If you type something out, then I'll take it. But you know, I want to get on with these two letters. I tell right. Well, if you find some examples, or if you type it out, maybe I'll have time to have a look at it a bit later on. But I've still got a couple of letters I want to get through for the day is out. So let's have a look at this one. Refer Miss Bird, 16-year-old student. Well, I would have put the date of birth in, and then you don't have to include it there. You don't really need that. I mean, if you know, if your DOB is there, and you can see that she is 16, then you could probably work out that she's a student. I mean, so 16-year-old who is presenting with signs and symptoms, your assessment for measurement highly appreciated. That sentence, again, it keeps coming. Why would it be highly appreciated? Why? The psychiatrist is not doing you a personal favor. You don't have to use it. And this sentence, everybody uses it. Try to be original. And do we really need this? No, we don't. So she is 16 and she lives with her parents. Well, really, who would have thought so? Who would have thought so? Don't need it. Don't need it. So Miss Bird had reported constipation. Why would you use past perfect here? Why is it past perfect? Past perfect. What's this? Miss Like Bird is living with a nuclear family. No, you don't. It's not. Doesn't make a lot of difference. I wouldn't include it anyway. A nuclear family. Nobody uses that expression anyway. So anyway, what was I saying? Yes, past perfect. You only use past perfect when you've got two past actions and you want to say which was completed first. So you usually have the simple past and past perfect, which is had plus past participle verb number 3. So we wouldn't use it there because there's only one action, not two. So obviously, you just use the simple past because we know exactly when this past action occurred. So the simple past would do fine. Miss Bird reported having constipation for the last 3 months. The consistency of the stool was well, was it now? Was it now? I'm sure it was, but do we really need that? I think the we can put this into the sentence here. The case notes talk about the issue was she was only managing to go once every 4 to 5 days. Yeah, so I don't think we really need to know about the consistency of the stool. Okay. In spite of taking Brenner laxatives, her condition remained the same. Okay, that's good. In addition to what? She simply requested. So we don't need that. She requested the strongest. Now, so if you've got a superlative, you need an article. The strongest, the most, the best, the least, the worst, etc. So if you've got a superlative, you need an article. She requested the strongest laxative I could prescribe, or she requested a strong laxative, but the request was refused. Well, you refused it, so you can use I. Passive's fine, but you don't have to use it for every single sentence. You know, so it's kind of strange. So she requested the strongest laxative I could prescribe. I refused, and I advised her to increase her intake of vegetables, fiber, and fluids. Okay, she was encouraged to say, okay, I would break this up. Okay, on a second visit by a mother who was anxious regarding her daughter's appetite was the weight. Examination was remarkable. She was suggested to come. It was suggested that she come alone because you can't use passive here. And it was suggested. Sorry, word order. It was suggested that she come alone. Yeah. Sorry, word order is better there. Okay. Your next visit. In the next visit, at the preposition of time at the next. So please note she had lost weight over the last 5 weeks. Okay. Today's review, completely normal. She complained that her parents were extra worried. Okay, worried, concerned with her health, and she wanted her ideal weight to be. Well, she stated her ideal weight would be, or she wanted her ideal weight to be, not would be. However, she denied self-vomiting. I would put this in, try and, because that's kind of a bit short for a sentence. Well, over the last 5 weeks or the previous 5, it doesn't make a lot of difference. In view of information, I am suspecting. Well, I suspect. We don't need present continuous. I suspect she, I don't know her, I suspect she has a case, or she is suffering from, oops, oh, my typing. suffering from. Okay. You don't need to say a case of, you can, or just say that. Okay, I suspect, oops, get rid of that. I suspect, not I am suspecting, I suspect she is suffering from anorexia nervosa. It would be highly appreciated. All this appreciation. They're not doing you a personal favor, you know? They're doing their job. You don't have to highly appreciate it. You just ask them to do something and they will do it. And management. Okay. That's not so bad. Not so bad. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to raise their hand? Anybody want to ask anything? Anybody want to put your hand up? Ask a question, type your question. Anybody? No. Okay then. On to the, oh, somebody does. Okay. You're back.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for your help. I want to ask one question regarding grammar. I actually wanted to know when it is needed to put the subject after conjunction. Whenever we are writing a sentence and we are connecting two sentences by putting a conjunction, when it is actually needed to put the subject after conjunction, there is no straightforward rule which has been followed in every, in each sentence. So this is what I want to ask.
Can you give me an example? Again, people just asking about a grammatical point without giving me any example. It's like, how, have you got a sentence I can use? Any example sentence? Can you type an example sentence here and be easier for me to explain?
Okay.
And while you are thinking about it,
so
I'll just answer this other question.
I'll type it in the
Yeah, just type it. While you are typing, I will answer this other one here. Lost and losing, LOSING. How to use them? Well, loss is present simple, lost is simple past, losing is present continuous, isn't it? What do you want to know exactly? It's just different, it's different forms of a verb. What is it exactly that you want to know about them? I mean, right, okay. Let me think. So you can say something like, 10 minutes left. Okay, so loss, you can use it as a noun. She experienced weight loss. Oh, sorry, nice typing. She experienced a weight loss of. Okay, so right. So here it's a noun. Oh, why isn't this working? Stupid thing. Hang on. Right, so she experienced a weight loss of. So there it's a noun. She has lost. She has lost weight. Okay, so there it's past tense. Yeah, she has lost weight. If it's an ongoing activity, she is concerned about losing weight, or she is losing weight. So it's present continuous. Yeah. She noticed weight loss. Well, weight loss is a noun, or it's a noun phrase, so you need an article. Article required. A weight loss. Oh, now, yeah. She has lost weight, yeah. Present perfect, yeah. What's this? She came to me last month for a general checkup. A checkup. It's a noun. We need an article. Don't forget your articles. Yeah. General checkup. What did you say? She came to me last month for a checkup. What's the other word? The patient had been feeling unwell since last week. Well, has been feeling. The patient has been feeling unwell, and she's still feeling unwell. So present perfect, continuous, not past perfect. Continuous, because she's still feeling unwell. If the illness is over, then you could use it. What's this? Can we say her daily diet included bran in the morning, and she was also trying laxatives? Yeah, you know, she's yeah. You can use that. Her daily diet included bran, and she is also taking laxatives, or if she is still, or if she was. But subject after conjunction. What example do you have? She has lost weight since her last visit, or the last. Again, you know, we need an example. So, okay, let me get on with this anyway. We've just got one letter left. I've got about 6 minutes left, so I'll try and get this done. I'll be back a little bit later in Telegram. Thank you for seeing Miss Burton's whose signs and symptoms are consistent. No, we don't need a comma. We just need our auxiliary verb are consistent with anorexia nervosa. It warrants. Thank you for seeing Miss Burton's signs and symptoms. Who? Well, we need something else here. Who warrants? Whose signs and symptoms? Consistently warrant a psychological assessment in your care. It's a bit awkward sentence. With signs and symptoms consistent with news. Okay, how I would probably do that, I would put it in brackets. I would probably put it in brackets instead of making it a clause, and then that would be okay. Warrant a psychological assessment in your care. A teenager, school-going girl living in nuclear family. Okay, well, we don't really need that. She presented to my clinic complaining of relative constipation, despite consuming bran and self-medicating. Okay, with a counter laxatives. The stools were hard and firm in consistency with a hard and firm. Do you really need this? Okay. With a frequency, well, it's not, is it? It's only once every 4 to 5 days, with a frequency of once in every 4 to 5 days. Okay. Contrary to wishes strong action, she was counselled to change her diet. Good sentence. Good sentence, yeah. Good sentence. Subsequent visits, there's more show concerns about a daughter's emaciation. Emaciation. Are you sure? Emaciation is a little bit strong, I think. A little bit strong. Due to a decreased craving. You mean her appetite was a little off, which is not the same thing. I would maybe change that about her daughter, because she had her appetite was not so good. Examination with ill number findings. Noticeably, she'd lost 5 kilograms in weight, or 5 kilograms of weight. 5 kilograms in weight since our last visit. Direction to be reviewed alone. Disclosed her. Oh, yeah, good verb. It was an idea. And she overlooked her family sentiments, pointing at her emaciated figure. She's not out of a concentration camp. Emaciated. I think that's a little strong, a little bit strong. Yeah. And pathology was found to be normal, but findings seems to be the case for evaluation, mental condition would be appreciated. Okay. Now that isn't bad. I will just watch this. Emaciated. That's like a concentration camp, you know. Emaciated. She's a little bit thin, but she's not emaciated. Not yet, in any case. Okay. Not so bad. Now, we've got a couple of minutes left. Anybody want to ask anything for the last minute or two? Anybody want to ask anything for the last minute or two before I go? I take it that's a no then. Okay, so that's it. We've got 4 letters there. I posted one in the group a few hours ago. I wrote a model. I put it in the group. You can probably find it there. So, excellent, right. If nobody's got any questions, I'll stop this and I'll see you later.